What is up? This is Clyde, and I have pressing issues where I come to you from my dry cleaners. I talk about comics and other stuff that interests me. And this is another one of our ongoing ones where I'm talking about what I'm submitting to CGC. Except I really, at this point, I just need to decide what to send. So I am going to take a look at my books here, and I've narrowed it down to about 25, 30 books. And I'm probably going to break them down into groups of 10 or 15 and critically look at them and see what I think the grades are going to be, so that I have a target what to expect. So we get to practice. I get to practice my grading skills, and you get to practice along with me. So I'm going to turn this camera around, and we'll start looking at the books. All right. So up first we have Thor: The God of Thunder, issue number 2, which I believe is the first appearance of Gore the God Butcher, and this is really clean copy. There's a little bit of a bindery, slight issue here in the upper corner, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. I don't know how well it comes through on the camera, but the top edge looks really good. The side looks really good. On the bottom is great, and then the spine has a couple minor indentations. So there's one here. Oops. Yeah, there. Get out of the light. So this minor dent over here, there in the next to the rock here, and there's one lower next to the rated, and then onto the back. The corners all look great. The colors look good. There's a couple spine ticks similar to where there was on the front side. There is, let's see if I can get it to light. There's a little one right there. And it's really about, there's another minor one near Spidey's foot. Other than that, it looks really good. Is that color rub in the corner? Can't tell if that's part of the design or not, but it very happy with the condition. I would probably guess this is about a 9.6. Hopefully I can get those spine ticks out a little bit, maybe bump it up to a 9.6 plus. I hate to say something's going to be a 9.8, so I'm not going to jinx myself and say it's a 9.8, but I think it has some potential. All right, the next book here is Miles Morales Spider-Man number 8, which is, I got it for the cover primarily, but it's also the first appearance of the Assessor. But I just think the cover is pretty stunning for me. Let's take a look at this. Again, I think this is really sharp. The corners look good. I'm going to try to get through this quickly, because unless I see something that I need to point out. Bottom edge looks good. So I don't notice anything along the spine. Going to the back. Again, I think this is high grade, and I don't see anything that needs any special attention. So I'm going to say this is a 9.6 plus. And I'm not going to say that anything's going to be above a 9.6 plus, even though I hope it does come out better. I just don't want to jinx myself. All right, up next we have Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 8, which is the first, or the origin of the black costume, the symbiote. So this one, again, is like a modern key. Let's see. I see some little bit of dimples along the S here. Top edge has some rippling. And a little bit of indentation above the V in Marvel. Couple little, not really color breaking spine ticks along the spine. That one by Spidey's head in the UPC box. But it's really clean otherwise. Looks like it might have been maybe pressed, but not very well. It's got a odd flatness to it, but okay. Well, I'm gonna guess this is probably about a 9.4. Hopefully, I can get a little bit above that, maybe 9.6. But I'm a conservatively say a 9.4. All right. Up next, we have Amazing Spider-Man 365, which is a holographic cover. You can see, I don't know how well it comes through. Let's see if I can get this without the glare. It's basically a recreation of the Amazing Fantasy 15, but let's see, it's also the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. So, top edge looks really good. Corners sharp. Now, this is a very thick book, so I'm surprised the binder, there aren't really any bindery tears. There's a little bit of slightly rougher corner at the bottom, but still really good for the thickness of this book. So I don't really see any defects on the front. On the back, it's a little bit, I'm not sure if that's some color rub in that top corner. I'm assuming it's Psylocke. See what cheap comic books you can buy. Let's see what anything interesting in here. Let's look at the premium books. Let's see. New Mutants 87 was $75. That was a hot book back then, I guess. More so than 98. So 87 is the first appearance of Cable. So. Alright, so the back looks really good except for that color rub. I'm gonna say this is a 9.6 plus, hopefully. Just depends on how they grade that color rub, but I think this is a good looking book. Alright, so this is the Wolverine #1 of the ongoing series. Again, I remember buying this off the rack, so there's a little bit of a dent here in the right there next to the E. Just kind of seeing the glare a little bit. Top edge looks good. Spine, I don't see. I see a couple little dents, but nothing color breaking. Bottom edge looks really good. Back is a great two-tone cover. It's a little bit, I don't know how well it comes out here, but there's a little bit of a color rub line or printing line that comes across his hand over in the white area. But it's not really, I think it's from the printing. Not that they won't potentially count that against you, but it's not anything I have any control over. And that's really sharp. Okay. So again, this one I think is a 9.6 plus book. Hopefully I can get a good grade on that. Now, did I say I liked Wolverine? Because here's my second copy of Wolverine #1 of the ongoing series. This one's, this one doesn't present as well, but it's not really something, it's because it's a little bit miswrapped. If you notice along the top, there's not as much space above the M in Marvel as there is the exclamation point in series. So it's just the whole book's a little bit slanted, and if you look along the spine, there's a little bit of white showing here in the top, and then as you go down to the bottom, it becomes less and less until there's really none by the time you get to the Spidey logo. But other than that, CGC is not really supposed to hold miswraps against the grade, but I do have a book that I'm pretty sure my Amazing Spider-Man 266, my Uncanny X-Men 266. I'm pretty sure that it was just so miswrapped that they gave it a 9.4 because I can't think of any other real defects. And I do see a little bit of a, I don't know if it's a stacking crease here, but you know, it's very faint. I might be able to do something with that. Let's look at the back. Now the back's definitely got more issues. There's definitely more creases along here. I'm gonna have to see what I can do about that. They don't seem to be color breaking at all, but just definitely there's some color rub here on the top edge. Okay, but the edges look great. Other than that, I think this is a really good, really well presenting book, but I have to try to do something about these dents and see if I can fix that. So as it stands right now, I think this is probably about a 9.4. All right, now I have Moon Knight #1 of the most recent series. This is the John Tyler Christensen negative space variant. Again, this is just an exclusive and very, I think it's a really neat looking book, but I'm not a fan of the cardstock they use for the paper. I feel like it's just not, I feel like it's going to show any type of defects really easily. But there was, I think there was a small bend. Let's see if I can, I can't even see it now, so it may have gone away, but there was a little bit of a crease that I saw at one point. Hopefully it won't hold it against me. But this is a really clean book. Try not to handle it as much as possible because, like I said, this paper is like a matte finish. It's no gloss at all, so any type of dirt would just go right into the fibers. So I'm going to say this is a 9.6 plus. Up now we have Thor God of Thunder #6, which I believe is the first appearance of Null. And just a quick check, the top edge looks good, the corners are very sharp. A little bit of a spine tick there, and a little bit of funkiness here below the UPC. I don't know, well, but overall this looks really good. A little bit of a crease here in the bottom corner. I'm gonna say this is a 9.6. Maybe I can get it up to a 9.6 plus, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one. Now we have Spider-Man #1 of McFarlane's 1990 series. This is the black cover. This is pretty much the one that you would find in pretty much the, it's considered, I think this is the A cover, but this is a good copy. I remember I bought a bunch of these when they came out. So I have several black, several gold or yellow, and I think I have one silver. I think one in the bag still. Unfortunately, I didn't get any platinum copies. Now, Todd McFarlane at one point was putting, like, if you look under his name, he has a question mark in there. Before other issues, he has a number which represents the number of spiders that are hidden in each cover. I guess he just didn't want to count them all because there's a lot. So, let's look at the backside. Yeah, this is super clean. Super clean. I don't see any issues with this one. I'm going to say this is 9.6 plus. You know, if I wasn't superstitious on that, I would probably give it a 9.8, but let's stick with the system. Now this is the second print, the gold cover. Again, very clean copy. Top edge looks really good. I don't see any spine ticks. Bottom edge is really good. Not sure. So the cover is not quite, I don't know if it's a spiral, I don't think so. But I don't see any defects on the back either. Pretty clean. Very happy with this. So I'm gonna say this is a 9.6 plus. And this is the last number one. This is, I guess, kind of the B cover. Clean top edge, nice corners, nice spine, nice bottom, good corner. Front looks good overall. Back cover looks good. Nothing I can really find fault in. Overall, it's another 9.6 plus. Up next, we have might be the lowest grade book I have in this submission. This is Amazing Spider-Man 252, which is the first black suit in the main title. So let's see, a couple indentations on the front cover, and a handful of spine ticks along the side. And they are color breaking. But all in all, pretty good shape. You know, the corner's a little bit rough, but it looks more so almost the way it was cut more than a handling thing. A couple more spine ticks on the back. That corner looks a little rough there. Yeah, I'm a little worried about that corner. I'm going to say this one's probably about an 8.0. That corner's been, looks like a little dent, little corner ding there. Yeah, about 8.0 feels about right to me. Maybe 7.5 on a bad day, 8.5 on a good day. Alright, now we have Amazing Spider-Man 299, which is a cameo appearance of Venom. This one's pretty good shape. It's got some spine ticks going on, but corners, top edge looks good. A little bit of spine ticks along the edge here. Not my favorite McFarlane cover. Like 298 and 299 have very similar covers with Spider-Man fighting Chance. Like one time Chance is on the left, the other one Chance is on the right, but not the greatest covers. But they are iconic books because of the first appearance of Venom. A little bit corner dents here. Otherwise, it looks good. Color is good. Let's say this is a 9.2. Alright, up now we have Marvel Team Up Spider-Man and Daredevil 141. This is the first appearance of the black costume in, I think it's tied with 252 Amazing Spider-Man. And this is good shape overall. It's got a little bit of some funkiness here in the corner. Yeah, up here by Black Widow's shoulder. And a little bit of a stacking curl, I guess. Spine looks really good. I don't see any ticks or anything there. Bottom edges and top edges a little bit soft in the corner. On to the back cover. Again, the spine looks really good. There's a little something right there. A little color breaking spine tick. But okay, this might be a little bit of an issue. This top edge has a little bit of a micro tear here. And along the edge looks good. A couple minor finger bends. And this bottom corner is a little bit dinged. I'm going to put this probably about a 9.0, primarily because of this little micro tear here on the top. Alright, up now we have Ultimate Comics All New Spider-Man #1. This is the second appearance of Miles Morales. Again, this is pretty clean. The top edge looks good. Side spine looks okay. It's got a couple ticks here. Let's see. I see 3 color breaking ticks. Sorry, the camera focused. Pretty much right there. 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit of a crease run down the middle, which I guess came from the poly bag. I don't know how well it comes through on the camera, but you can see a little bit of a line running down Miles' chest, from his hand down his chest. So that's one of the reasons why you don't leave the poly bags on these books, or you can't submit them just in a poly bag because you don't know what they look like inside. Back cover looks good. The corners are sharp. I'm going to say this is probably about a 9.4. I think I need to get that crease out of the front cover, but it's 9.4, I think. Alright, so that pretty much concludes my preview of just kind of looking over and trying to estimate the grades of these books I'm ready to submit to CGC. But please take a moment to like and comment if you think I'm way off, if you think my grades are accurate, if you have any suggestions for me. I'm all ears, as you can probably tell. But I really like to learn, and I'm always learning more about it. So if you have some feedback, I really appreciate it. So thank you for your time. Please like and subscribe and comment. Have a great day. TTFN.